Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today to bring you a message for Pisces for love and soul connections. Know that it's a general message, so take what you feel resonates for you, disregard the rest, go about your day, and know that no matter what messages do come through, my friends, it's still up to you, your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in this world to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see. To me, that's personal freedom, it's personal power, and it's something that lies at the tips of your fingers and the soles of your feet, so use that power to do wisely. For all my subscribers, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for being here. You mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like this resonates and you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe, smash the like button. I'd love to have you along this ride. So, guys, I'm just going to take a moment to call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, and any of your spirit guides or your soul connection spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. I ask them to join us now to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself this reading and any of you who would ask for it, as well as to use me as the clearest channel possible, giving messages for the most far reaching, but again, only for the highest good of everyone. So I have the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue here. And what I'm going to do is do 3 different piles, okay, Pisces? I'm going to do one for your energy, one for the love or soul connection energy, and one for the space in between. Now, you may just want to take a few deep breaths in here and kind of think about the person that you're looking to have this reading done about you, or done about. Crosswatchers, welcome. But also know that sometimes a soul connection can come through as a family member or a sibling or something like that. So just be open to how you receive this. And again, if it doesn't feel like it's for you, it's not for you. So let's get some first energy for Pisces, please. What is the energy for Pisces to be aware of right now? What they're saying is regarding this connection, or where's the energy Pisces is in. So a bunch came out. The first one that came out is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And absolutely, right? You have here as well religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by religious upbringing and spiritual path. We have a few more cards here that didn't show themselves yet, but I just want to get into this because sometimes if we're trying to keep difficult parts of ourselves from another person, or we're trying to put our best foot forward, we may not reveal everything to someone all at once. And it doesn't mean that we have to, right? There's a lot of parts in our worlds, a lot of parts in our past that's just stuff that maybe is left where it is. But there is stuff where if we're wanting to, what I heard is functional, if we want a functional relationship, if we want a relationship that we're hoping will grow, and we're hoping that someone else in our partnership is willing to be just as open to giving themselves and to giving out, like their inner selves, this is where we want to show that as well. Kind of what I heard is an act of good faith. For some of you, what I heard is that this may actually be a spiritual teacher, or you're completely on different spectrums, okay? It does feel like, however, though, that this is it's already, to me, the religious factors as well can show up as spiritual connections. So we'll see what we have here. We have let your friends help, ask for and accept support from others, flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others, you deserve love, you are lovable, and deception came out here with you deserve love. And it says someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. I do feel like this comes down to a lot as they took me to let your friends help, you deserve love. And this may not be for everyone, okay, but the message I'm getting is some of us may have felt like because of some of this stuff that we're not being so forthcoming with, that we don't deserve love. Maybe there's been something in our past, or maybe we feel like, and I'm not going to, Spirit said we effed things up. We've effed things up pretty good in our world, and there's a part of us telling ourselves, well, we don't deserve to be happy because every time I'm happy, I just screw it up. That is a fallacy. That is not the truth. And the thing is, okay, Spirit's coming to me with a bunch of stuff, but first off here is that you need to ask for help. If you need it, if there's something plaguing you, if there's something bothering you, if there's we tend to think that strength means that we're going to do it on our own, but there's a tremendous strength required for us to share experiences and ask people for help. Especially what I heard is if you have any kind of trauma that may have you kind of like a very self-sufficient, or they're also saying like maybe at times where you've asked for help and it just hasn't come as well. With religious factors showing itself here as well, to me this talks a lot about, sure, there may be a colorful past. There were lessons along that way. And potentially there are still lessons that we're learning today. So what they're saying to me is sometimes, we get so upset because maybe we did something or someone else has done something and the relationships broke down and we're so upset about it. And then 5-10 years down the road, we realize, you know what? That relationship wouldn't have worked out anyway, and that was for the highest good. Everything I thought I wanted in this person or this relationship wasn't actually for the benefit of me. So a lot of this, what I heard is you may have to, what they said is try and let go of those situations where you may not be super proud of yourself in the end, but that does not mean, no matter what's happened, that you don't deserve love. There could also be shit from your past that's like someone has told you you don't deserve love. Again, drop that. Spirit's saying, again, what we need to do is focus on the lighthearted energy. But some of what I get is some of this stuff with us getting to know each other and asking people for support and showing your true selves, while we're being asked to keep things light, this stuff might not be. And that's okay. I feel like what I heard is the people that are in your world would rather hear your truth than, what I also heard is suffer through your deception, but would rather hear your truth than allow you to go on fighting whatever battle it is alone. So interesting energy. Let's get what your spirit guide, soul connection or love interest, please. What is the energy of them right now? This could be the one. You've already met your romantic partner you seek. So you definitely could know this person. This could be where it's like, let your friends help. But by extending that lighthearted energy and by being kind of truthful, asking for help and, just letting them in, this could develop into something more as well. Can you tell me more about this could be the one, please, Spirit? They're telling me that this is, I dropped a lot, that this is the partner that was set aside for you, and they said at the beginning. So that could be a lot of different things, but release your ex with true love has come out. It's time, the time has come to clear your energy, and this is the romance of a lifetime. They could also be, what I heard is freshly out of a situationship or a relationship, or still working on clearing out energy from the past as well, which would be where you being really open and honest about your experiences may actually help heal them. So we have here attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. A lot of cards flew out. I'm going to keep them though. Codependency, addictions are affecting your love life. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And this is important. If we're a little bit confused about what we want, the universe is going to really struggle to give us what we want because it doesn't know either. We have reconciliation here. Someone from your past is returning. New love, which it was in the reverse. I don't know. It feels like this is, again, with this person, that there's a lot of coming back around. And this could even be someone who you actually have dated before, or it could be someone right now that, this could be their addiction, or it could be something that whatever situation has happened, they've really needed to pull themselves back before coming forward again. I'm going to get some clarifiers on this. Worth waiting for, give your relationship a chance, calling in your soulmate. So what I do feel is, as long as we start to realize what it is we want, Spirit's going to work really, really hard to bring that in. It's this release your ex energy. It's not so much maybe a person, it could be, but it's something that's holding us back. For some of us, I heard habits, especially with codependency. They're giving me the example of like smoking or something like that. Especially when anymore, like smoking is so taboo or seen as so taboo, there may be something like that we're doing that's not really helping our health either. could be overeating, right? A lot of different things that we're doing that is actually creating a situation of stagnation and is slowing down the process here, but something needs to be given up, okay? Whatever it is, though, giving your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. Divine timing is at work, and your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help to bring this together. I truly feel like whoever the they want to say codependency again here, whoever this soul connection is, I do feel like you have definitely known them in a past life, but I also feel like you've known them in this life before. It may be a person that you are not currently speaking to, and it could be them. Some of what they're releasing could even be stuff with you, right? And this is why it's so important as well to just be so honest, because again, we don't know what other people are really going through, but this person has calling in your soulmate, new love and true love, and this could be the one. I definitely think there's a lot of potential here. So for the soul connection side, we have wedding. You could be married to this person. This situation involves marriage. This could be also as well that you are kind of spiritually married, but I do feel like there is a commitment here. There is what I heard is a binding as well. So we have retreat that's come out, is time for you to disconnect from the world, and passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, and this is definitely romantic expression. I feel like if you guys are married, it's definitely time to get away from, I heard, the kids, get away from the world, take some holidays from work and just spend time together. In this one as well, it's like they're walking after their wedding. So if you see here, right, here's our bride and groom, and these guys are walking away after, especially what they're saying to me is weddings are such a stressful time, right? There are times where you're not actually getting a lot of one-on-one time with your partner because there's so many people wanting to congratulate you, so many people wanting to see you, and it's a party, right? So there's a lot of things going on, and this almost reminds me of like that time after pictures are taken and people are having cocktails where you can kind of sneak off and just, what I heard is steal a kiss. So the bottom of the deck is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. I think as well, not just positive thinking and faith, while that's really important, you both have faith in this situation. I feel like on your end with this deception here, again, this is a self-love thing. This is something that whoever or whatever has happened to imprint within you, and whatever it is within your psyche, that you are not lovable or you don't deserve love. That's a fallacy. Like I said, my friends, that is not true. Everyone is deserving of love. And what I heard is, yes, ask your friends, tell your friends you need help, tell the people you love that you need help. But what I also heard is, again, to give them the truth, right? To not allow the false mask or facade to be here. Because what I also heard is nobody can help us if we're not truthful. So if I don't want to tell somebody, here's an example, okay? They're giving me like food insecurity. If we don't tell people that we're hungry, not everyone's going to know. So if what we really need is someone to give us a meal or help us out, take us to the food bank, lend us $20 until we can get paid so we can go get some, beans and rice and a bunch of stuff that we can like make it through the week, some milk, bread, right? They're not going to know. And we may not want to tell someone that we're experiencing food insecurity because we have a lot of pride. But pride in this situation can hurt people. Because, again, you don't want to sit there if you have 3 days until payday and your tummy is growling. You don't want to go 3 days without anything to eat if this is something that, first off, okay, it's going to affect your relationships because you're going to be kind of grouchy, right? I mean, how many days without food before we start to get a little pissy, pretty low energy, probably pretty tired and lethargic, especially if you also have to get to work. So just an example is what they were telling me is that there are things that we just, whether we feel embarrassed about them or whatnot, if we're going through something, we need to talk to someone. They're also bringing up mental health struggles as well. That if we're feeling like we're going through a mental health breakdown, an episode, or if we're just seriously struggling right now, Talk to someone. Get someone, even if it's like you're not going to sit there and tell them all about it, you know, just say, hey, I'm going through a rough time. I could really use a few laughs right now. And keep that energy light. So I have here with me the Line Strider Tarot. They're showing me they want me to use a different deck. So I will come with the Line Strider, but they want me to bring the Psychic Tarot Oracle, which is interesting that the bottom is shadow, because I do feel like that's both, right? It's not just facing the light side and the pieces of ourselves we're proud of. It's focusing on the parts that we aren't so proud of as well, so that we can kind of rewrite that narrative and change the situation. We can't change the past, absolutely not. But we can use that information to create changes going forward, right? And we have material and financial changes. How can we use whatever situation we have for a positive outcome, for something happening in the positive? For some of you, it may be changing jobs. I do feel like there's a lot of choices here as well. And they also said bulletproof. I'm not sure what that means. It may mean something to you. I don't feel like anybody is, right? Unless you're wearing like bulletproof vest and stuff like that. But then what I heard even then is there's weak points, right? You're not completely covered in Kevlar. So for some of you, that could be where we're getting more into this bulletproof idea as well, or the Kevlar, that it's the armor. And that false mask is the armor, and what needs to happen is we kind of remove the armor plate by plate. Financial material changes, tell me more about that, which is a 5. It is red, which is also our root chakra, right? Things that are really happening around us, that are affecting us on a day-to-day basis. And we have new beginnings under here. Spirit said, out with the old and with the new. That's very interesting. Changes are coming, new beginnings. You have the disruption or tower on the bottom again, because I feel like something's coming. There's a change happening. Can you tell me about the new beginnings and the changes that are happening, please? You have third eye chakras come out here as well. I feel like you kind of have an idea. You've probably had an idea for a while that something's been brewing in the ethers. For some of you, I heard like a telepathic kind of communication as well. But I think that you guys have a very intuitive knowing, Pisces, on kind of what's coming to you. And Spirit's also saying this really could be like an eye-opening experience, what they said. And third eye, like it's being activated in a lot of different ways right now. So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to those little internal feelings as well. You may want to journal them. You may want to create a dream journal as well. But fertility and authority is here. Fertility in the upright, authority here. This could signify to me in the time of Aries. But I also think that this is something that what they said is painstaking, and you've spent a lot of time working on it. And whatever this is, with these new beginnings, it's finally starting to come into fruition. Now, I feel like it may not be right away because it's still in the ethers, but we're going to have to make sure that you're really, really owning your authority. And as long as, what I heard is, as long as whatever this is comes from the heart, there's no failing. So let's get some clarification for the lover soul connection. Interesting, they have truth come out here with solitude. To me, this feels like they're searching for their own truth. And reconciliation here, calling your soulmate. This person does feel like they've spent a lot of time alone. And I mean, you could have spent a lot of time with this person, but this person, I feel like, gets the most clarity while they are alone. They know that they hold the secrets. Everything that they need, they hold those secrets. And it is interesting as well, though. It's a pillar, but it almost reminds me of the tower behind them. And her red necklace, being guided to that as well. I think that what they're saying too is this person may speak in a very grounded way. They may already know a truth that you are needing to come forward and tell, but this person very, very much values truth as well. Tell me about the truth with the solitude for the soul connection, please, Spirit. material harvest at the bottom, awareness. I feel like this, what I heard is this person, I heard slaying too. They've been slaying, they've been kicking ass and taking names, and they're doing it all in quiet. They have been creating a very abundant life for themselves. Things are going really, really well, and it's because they are living by their truth. They're not answering to anybody else, and they're not trying to mold or conform to be someone else. Whatever this codependency is, though, they're showing me right under true love. Like, this person may have come from a situation where they have been, what I heard is like a serial relationship artist. Okay, they've just been in a lot of relationships, and they've really needed to take time to get out of whatever kind of codependent cycle that is. Because I think a lot of us get really afraid to be alone. But the truth is, unless we are comfortable in our own skin and being alone, you know, I feel like when we have to surround ourselves by people all the time, it's also kind of a trauma response. We're not being true and free to ourselves. So there's a lot changing here on your end. There's a lot of financial and material changes, and on their end, they have created this wellspring of abundance. So, Spirit, can you tell me the shared energy for this connection, please? What is the shared energy for this connection? Anyone interested as well, this is the Psychic Tarot Oracle. Patience and planning. You might be planning a wedding. But I think on both sides with 7 here, this is, again, there's root. Really trying to find a way to plan something out, knowing that you can't rush this process. Tell me more, please, with the patience and planning. And we're going to get into the tarot in a second, guys. Thank you. The Tower, disruption. Temptation is in the reverse, but this is showing up with solar plexus and this disruption. I think that with this Tower here, patience and planning is coming, but the energy is still a little unstable. And if you look at this, things are distorted. He is together but not together. And what they're almost trying to be like picking up the pieces, putting this puzzle back in a way that it fits, in a way that it's going to fit your situation. As well as starting to really gain and work on our self-confidence, so that if we have people around us who are trying to throw us off our game, who are trying to tempt us with something, this could be, again, addictions like the cigarettes and things like that. But something here, there's a lot of changes that need to happen. I feel like, and I gotta say this, I feel like you're being tested. This is universe. This is the universe going, you know, how much do you want this? How much are you willing to work for it? There is an element, what I heard as well, as loss. But it's not about what's being lost, it's what's being gained by the process. So with this temptation as well, to me what's being lost, or what should be being lost, is the fear, is the judgments. And again, for some of you, I heard the addictive mentality. So it could be addictive personalities as well. It could be having the wrong people or friends by your side who are just constantly creating drama and creating tower moments where you're like, dude, I just want to live in peace. I just want to live my life in happiness. I just want to sit here in this 3 of Cups energy and be happy in my world and celebrate. And for some of you, I do feel like that celebration is going to need to be done without alcohol. So that even could be this too, where changes are happening on both sides, and again, what needs to be released. It could be that one or both of you definitely have some sort of substance abuse that needs to be removed, but also they're saying moderation, right? So anything else, Spirit, you'd like me to know for the soul connection and so the shared connection, please, of this energy. Thank you. 3. And then we're going to look at the bottom. There's heartache and loss. But interesting that we have power that's come through there. That Lionheart, that Leo energy, firm foundations. And you also have movement, choices, and decisions. You are both working on your root chakra. You are both trying to create a much more stable habitat, is what I heard for yourselves. And really focusing on your power. What do you have the power to control? You, your actions, your reactions. I also heard outbursts. So you may be dealing with someone who has frequent outbursts as well. I also want to say with heartache and loss here, they have crown underneath that as well. For some of you guys, I do feel like This is definitely a very spiritual connection, that changes are being made. There's a lot of home energy here, so this definitely could be a spouse as well. And this is, for some of you guys, working through power dynamics as a couple, but I feel like this is more on your own side as well, understanding that brave animal instinct as well as this wise wisdom that it's taken of, living your life. So whatever it is, I feel like you may have an idea as well as what this devil or temptation energy is within the partnership, within the relationship, and it's just up to you guys to know you have power over that. Okay. I know a lot of places and people would see, especially like I was watching that mom show the other day, and they're talking about how they just have no power over their alcoholism. Alcohol had power over them. And in the show, one of the girls that shows up as not part of the AA program is like, well, you guys seem like you're pretty strong and pretty powerful people. And this is not to diminish Alcohol Anonymous and things like that, because addictions, they can really overtake us to a point where we really do feel like we're out of control and out of power. And I think that it's so important here to focus on the power that you have. I'll give you an example, okay, and this is my own, but in terms of even the power of what we put in our bodies, food addiction is real. So I really wanted to snack last night, and I know it might seem silly. It might seem completely silly when we're comparing it to alcohol. However, if I know that I'm eating things that make me feel really shitty in the morning and is taking my energy and making me feel crappy, this is similar to a hangover. If I'm choosing every day, knowing full well what it's going to do when I choose to do it every time, this is me giving over my power and allowing the chips or the cheesies or the chocolate to have power over me. And I think that this is going to be a real big place where, to me, honestly, that's where this disruption is. Things are going to change. They have to. What I heard is because we can't keep keeping up with the status quo. It's not working. So, I have the Lion Strider Tarot. I want to show you this box because I think it's absolutely beautiful. And it has a lot of, I would say, rabbity, kind of feels like Easter vibes to me. So, I felt like it was important to bring in. Spirit, can you give me some tarot wisdom? You have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Could be a woman, a Pisces, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Interesting. Okay, so the Two of Cups in the reverse. Five of Pentacles here. This is big changes. Could be, I think, for some of you guys, this is not everyone, but for some of you, this is sort of walking away from things that hurt your heart and don't feel right. But you know in your heart, if you are with someone and you know this is not your person, and you're just with them, again, like I said, because you don't want to be alone, Spirit's like, change that narrative again, because being alone can be really, really helpful. I miss a spot of ketchup. So I want to flip these over. This could even be within ourselves. These are blocks. To me as well, she's so nurturing, this Queen of Cups. I feel like for some of us, we need to mom ourselves, right? We need to find that energy to love and mother ourselves, to give ourselves what we need, whether we're a man or a woman, right? This is just really taking the time to make changes so that when it comes to our heart, again, we're not telling ourselves those fallacies that we're unlovable. Spirit, why was this Queen of Cups and Two of Cups in the reverse, please? And you have the Three of Wands in reverse. Definitely some stalemate and stalling. Four of Cups in the reverse. For some of you, I heard, because this is where you need to be right now. Things are changing, and even though you're wanting to move forward in a romantic relationship, right now, it's not the time. This energy it's waiting, but it's also, things aren't here yet. With this Four of Cups, I think it's because we really need to evaluate. And just like here with this firm foundation, while she doesn't look super excited, she is secure in what she has. I think, too, a lot of times we see the Four of Cups as someone sitting and feeling left out. We need to be okay. If we're not included in everything all the time and we're on our own, without resorting, again, what they're coming back is alcohol with me. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. But it might not be that. It could be food. It could be work. It could be playing on your phone, right? There's a lot of different things that we don't think affect our relationships. We don't think they affect us or our mental health. But what I'm hearing is some of the advice for this, and I'm going to get more clarification, but this feels a lot like, you being in charge of you, right? Knowing that if you are doing something that is getting in the way of your relationship and you're really upset that this relationship's not going the way you'd like it to, you need to kind of look at that personal power and authority and what are you creating? Because if we're creating a situation where someone really wants our attention, but we're staring at our phone, and then this device becomes more important, and it may not be more important to us, but our partner who's been trying to get our attention is seeing where, well, I'd really like you to play with me, but you're playing with your phone. I'd really like to, lay down and snuggle, but again, you're playing with your phone. Or like whatever it is, okay? That seems really interesting. This is where I think it's also important. Involve your partner if that's what you want to do. Involve them. Maybe set times where you're going to be, if it's the computer, video games, phones, right? Something like set times where you feel like that's acceptable. And then what I also heard is turn it off a couple hours before bed. So let's get the soul connection energy, please. Got the Eight of Pentacles. They are working very hard and diligently on something, much like this material harvest. What are they working on? The Knight of Wands in the reverse. Could be anger issues. Tell me about the Knight of Wands in reverse. I also heard blowing off steam because he's blowing off steam here. Very phallic, however. The Ten of Swords came out in the reverse. Something is not fully understood. This could be why the Truth is here. This could also be anger issues of them. They need to let off steam. They don't want to fly off the handle. They need to have a secure, what I heard is discussion and sincere discussion. Justice. Something needs to be brought to light. Something needs to be brought to... Also, there is reality. The World in reverse. There is a huge cycle that is not over. And it's something in the mental space. Because we also got Wheel of Fortune. Okay? You got Ten of Swords in reverse. The World in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune. The wheel's about to turn. But we don't want to do this on a fallacy. We also have Leo with the King of Wands here. And I think it's interesting that it almost feels like a progression from that Knight of Wands in the reverse to the King. Because they're not going to move forward unless they got all the details, they know the truth. There may be, like, whatever they're working on, whatever justice needs to come in, this person may have... What I heard is they may feel like they have the deck is stacked against them as well. But they may also feel like... I think they don't know how to get out of this. Like, they're working really hard and they're working towards something new. But this cycle it just feels never ending for them, I feel like. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, or not in reverse, sorry, the Wheel of Fortune being here, that's good. Because there's things changing and there definitely is material harvest coming in. But I think they've been working so hard and so long to finally get justice in this situation. There's no bullshitting this person either. And I do feel like if they do get angry, if they're expressing this, what I heard is there may be a really big reason for their anger, and it could be very much justified because I feel like they're holding back. They're holding back a lot of stuff. They got a lot to be going on. This could even be this release your ex. This actually, if it's not a situation with you as well, this could be stuff that they have not talked about with this Ten of Swords in reverse and the World in reverse. And I want to say too, sometimes within relationships, things can happen so much that, you get out of a relationship, it can be 5 or 10 years later and you don't even realize that something has affected you, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, it could even be like this fallacy over here that you don't feel worthy of love, or you're never going to get the truth, or this web of lies is going to keep continuing. And I feel like they're making so many changes in their world, But with that solitude and the truth, they do feel very much alone, because it might be that they feel like there's something that they've been working on very much alone. So for the shared energy, we have the Four of Wands. It is in reverse. I'm going to flip it over, though. This is a wonderful card. This could be wedding, okay? This is also like that 11-11 meant to be relationship. But also, these guys are kind of stuck together with sticks. Could be like celebratory dinner. And you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse with family here in the reverse. They have the Four of Swords in reverse. I'm going to pull that over. There's Four of Swords here. So Four of Wands, Four of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Why is this stuff going on? There's been a lot, I heard mental entrapment. There's been a lot in the headspace here. And a lot of hard times. And a lot of things where, I don't know if it's both of you. It just feels like blocks. Every time you try to take one step forward, what it hurts, there's 2 steps back. And it's going to mean that we really need to kind of just rest our mind, because you can't, like I was thinking about this when I was saying earlier, that quote, you can't control the wind, but you can adjust the sails, right? You cannot make anything, the energy come, right? But you can be responsible with how you work with it. I think that's what I'm trying to get with. So the Fools come out here with the shared energy, because I do feel like both of you want this energy. Both of you want the happiness. Both of you want to start something new with this patience and planning. What I heard is it's going to take, something needs to be left behind. And this is going to be hardship with the 10 of Wands in the reverse, the Moon's in the reverse. There's a whole lot hidden from me, and I got to be honest, I'm being blocked about what it is. But again, I have a feeling you know in your psyche here. So 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Swords. The only ones that's not here is the 10 of Cups, which would be where I feel like this could even be like, because there's something feeling quite unfulfilled. Tell me about this Fool. What does the Fool want? The Fool wants the truth. See Judgment? See that mask coming off? This Fool wants to move on, but they want to do it with the truth. They want to do it in truth, and they want it to be done in a way where, what I heard is maybe by spring, because you have this yellow. And also, twinsing with my kid today, but this is yellow nail polish being really important. Yellow is this could even be like that there's something that has both been kept, and moving now into, wanting to find harmony. There's kind of an unstable situation with home life, could be financials as well, that things are still difficult and hard. And it's because what I heard is someone maybe have played a foolish game. Power and disruption here as well. If there's a person not telling the truth and concealing information, they think they're holding the power, right? But there's where it's like, especially, I think both of you are pretty intuitive. You're going to pick up on it. So take that how it resonates. I just flew this out at me again. This paying attention to you, your reactions, and how you function in this world. The advice I have is honesty is essential, from the Whispers of Love. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner and spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that is beyond this lifetime. Yet at the bottom of the deck is love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provide a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. Pretty well sums it up. Honesty here, right? In this connection, honesty is the best policy. And it is, I feel like, eventually, once whatever needs to be brought out, once we take those masks off and we release the honest truth, or we release our honest feelings, and we start realizing that once we've spoken our truths, nobody's running away, we're going to have a whole lot more confidence in ourselves. And I do feel like as well, whatever codependency there is surrounding the situation, you're going to start seeing a lot of blocks to removing that codependency fall away, because you have a whole lot more strength in your own convictions. So that's the message I have. I really hope that it resonates. Again, what they're saying here with this is let love be the healer, because it can heal those past hurts. And also they're saying traumas as well, right? Because there's a lot. It can't make the trauma go away. But talking honestly about it, and to people who you know are going to be loving and supportive, can really change a lot, especially our viewpoints on it. So that's what I have. Mwah. I love you all. I hope it resonated, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.